I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit a rewind. You wanna come over, just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Hey buddy, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. My door's open, so come on in. This was great, let's do it again. Like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Ding, 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 ding. Yo, Joe. How are you, Nate?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, man, I couldn't possibly be any better. There's nothing better than... Because Mondays suck. We know Mondays suck, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whether you're working or not working on a Monday, whether you're at school or if you're out of education, no matter what, even if you're a billionaire, Mondays suck. But what makes it just a little bit better is hanging out with a buddy and talking G.I. Joe. All of the images that we're going to see today, Nate, you know where they're coming from?
They're coming from 3D Joes.
They are coming from 3D Joes. The best place to go for anything G.I. Joe. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. I'll do the Clubhouse roll call as well. Speaking of Clubhouse roll call, one of our channel members, newest channel member, Kiwi, G.I. Joe Customs Collection. Oh, hell yeah! Kiwi. And then we got a ding, ding, ding from Kimbo. How are you? Good. Is that for me or Kimbo?
Oh,
Kimbo, probably. Oh, thanks, mate. Michael's here with a good morning. It's a good evening from us. Oh, I think Lilith has been following us around since we went to Zella's. But Knock Knock, who ordered 500 empty pizza boxes in here, I reckon we could make good use of 50 or 500 empty boxes.
That was me. I'm building a fort.
Perfect. We're going to come over and play. Ring-a-ding! It's ORAB Monday. How goes it, team? It goes well. Speaking of going well, Ronnie Trickshot. Oh, I've already ruined it. Ronnie Trickshot. Looking sexy tonight. Thanks, bud. I've done absolutely nothing to my hair or otherwise. I barely even put pants on today. Great video today, Ronnie. You looked at some green G.I. Joes. We're looking at a... you can tell me when we have a look at what color this Joe is. I think blue, but it could be slightly green. We're going to see. Have I caught up with everybody? I think we have. Oh, no, we've got Lamb Echo 1. Howdy, folks.
Howdy.
Hello to you. Am I saying that right? Lamb Echo 1? I say yes. Let's do the Clubhouse roll call real quick. If you want to be part of the Clubhouse roll call, all you have to do is be a Patreon member or a channel member. It's not a requirement to watch and enjoy this show. Just get extra benefits like Games Nights, which are back. Michael Mercy, Grindhead Jim, Wilhelm, Torian Hobby, Casey Wheeler, Handsome Man, Ratface 44 Reviews, David, Samuel Blaine, my mate Nate, the Retro Tinker, Cindy K, who's going through some surgery but coming out the other end looking good, Sonny Sundries, Jonathan Sorensen, Happy Accident, Joshua Allen, our buddy Adam from Go Figure, Treasures for Trigger, the treasure himself is Phil, Hans Chow kicking that door in, but he puts it right back on again, he's a gentleman, Brendan Haley, Jason Clark, and our buddy Space Commander. Adam puts together our games nights, which are back. It's back, baby. Gaz, how are you, Gaz? Better A Bob, David, Samuel Blaine, Spacey, Jason Stillwell, Ryan Sweeney, Keep on Collecting, and our newest member, Kiwi, Jojo Customs and Collection. We had a good live stream the other day. Check out, if they do have a channel, go check them out. If you do have a channel and I haven't checked you out, shout it out loud, and we will, you know what we'll do?
check it out one time, won't you?
We'll do that. We love a good clip, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Nate, you want to explain to the people watching at home exactly what this show is?
So this show is where basically Zazel will introduce me to G.I. Joe figures because I don't have a broad knowledge of G.I. Joe stuff. So yeah, and we generally will pick like one figure per episode and have a deep dive into that figure.
So we've looked at some G.I. Joe, we've looked at some Cobra, we've looked at some Street Fighter, some Mortal Kombat. Am I missing anything? I think we've a broad range of anything O-ring so far.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think we'll probably go looking at the core figures. Maybe if we get enough attention for core, we could do that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll see how we go. Should I play the O-ring a bell intro?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
It's time for everyone's favorite educational program, Oh, Ring a Bell!
Yay! Love it. Campbell saying smash that like button, thanks buddy, and sending New Zealand $3.99. That's gonna get us far. Have you seen the Aussie currency? It is. We're not doing so well. So we appreciate the real Kiwi super sticker dollars. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. We do appreciate it. And the Lilith is saying Starduster is a greenish blue. We're going to see. We'll see. We're going to see what's going on with that color scheme. There's also a comment here saying, I was hoping the pictures were going to come from my phone, but sometimes they do. But this time we're going with the website. I'm going to share screen. Love the core. Us too. And that is genuine. Like, I really do genuinely love the core. Now, if you guys are tuning into this episode, tuning or tuning? Which one? Tuning in, tuning in?
Tuning.
I reckon it's tuning. If you guys are tuning in, yeah,
Somewhere between a
cahooning.
T and a CH. Tuning.
If you guys are cahooning in on today's episode, you're in for a treat. All right, so not only, because Nate's the guy that reads the stuff, right? I pull up a file card or a bit of info. What does he do? He reads it. He does the reading. He's the reading guy. But today, you're in for an even bigger treat. Bigger treat? That doesn't sound like a nice word. You're in for a huge treat today because we are going to go and do a read-through of the mini comics that introduced our G.I. Joe character for today. So I'm not saying it's going to be good, but we're going to do it. The entire thing. We're going to read through the entire thing. But we better figure out who we're going to be reading about first. And that's our buddy here, Starduster, later known as Skyduster, but then they went back and called him Starduster again. I can try and zoom in a little if you need it, buddy.
Yeah, I can see.
You can see all good?
Yeah, I've just put my old man eyes in.
So this is this is our boy. This is our boy Starduster. Came out in 1985, and for a few years after that, it was a mail order. Oh, so full disclosure, Nate asked me if we could do a full series of mail order guys, and I was looking at the mail order ones that we were going to talk about. I came to Starduster, and I was like, well, instead of doing like a whole broad mail order or mail away episode, let's concentrate on this one guy. So it wasn't exactly what you wanted, but I'm hoping it's still going to be fun for you. Now, I love the look of this guy. He's cobbled together with a bunch of G.I. Joe action figures that came out before, and there are certain variations, which we're going to look at in a minute, with slightly different sculpts, and not entirely noticeable at first until you really have a deep look at it. But what I love about this guy is he comes with a grenade launcher, which I guess if you're flying high in the sky, like Astro Boy, then maybe a grenade launcher is a bit overkill, but I don't know. I love the helmet because it's got that.
Because you're nice and far away from the explosions.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Crop duster is a completely different skill. But
his face sculpt reminds me of the guy from Christine.
The car, the killer car.
Yeah, the Killer Car movie, and the guy I can't remember the actor's name.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Stephen King, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not the guy, but the guy. Yeah, I'll go back and check it out. It's been a while since I've seen Christine. I was like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's a Killer Car. Yeah. Yeah, me either, Phil. And I think there's a reason why we had no idea. We're going to get to that too. So it comes with a helmet with a visor. The helmet has a cool star in the front, which I think is great. A jetpack, or he may have even come with a pocket patrol pack. Do you know what a pocket patrol pack is, Nate?
No idea.
And we're going to find out that too. So what color do you call this? Do you reckon this is closer to blue or closer to green?
It is aqua.
Aqua. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, I was having a look at this guy. You can spin these guys around on 3D Joe, so that's handy. And I thought that this little thing in the back here, I don't know what JPU8IGP stands for, but I thought this little sticker that says aid kit, like a first aid kit, in the back of his rocket, I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
I thought that was neat.
Just aid
We'll give
from
him a
above.
spin. Right? Yes, he's gonna like Superman. So we'll figure out which characters they used to put this guy together and why in a moment. But we'll have a look and here we go. It's going to tell us right now. In fact, so there were 3 variations of Starduster. This is version 1, and version 1 was released anywhere between 85 and 91. They were commonly referred to as V1A to V1C. We're going to look at all of them, well, at least the ones that they have here. All 3 versions use the head sculpt that was used by Flash, Hawk, Short Fuse, and Steeler. So if you already had, and these guys are, so Hawk, Short Fuse, Steeler, and who did I miss? Flash. These guys were part of the original G.I. Joe run, like the first guys. So if you had some of the first guys in your collection, then you will be familiar with this guy. However, I reckon that there was probably a lot of people that didn't have that first lot of Joes, like Flash and Hawk and all of those, and got into it later on after the cartoon. And this might be their first version of this anyway. But I think he looks good enough with a different hair color and style that you probably wouldn't even notice. But, so V1A reuses the parts of 84 Recondo's torso and waist. So you'll see here he has on his chest, he has the firearm in the holster that Recondo had, but there are different variations. And I have a personal preference, even though I didn't own any of them. I do have a personal preference, and I'll be interested to know which one your personal preference is when we get to the other version. But this one has Recondo's torso, waist, 84 Roadblock's legs, 85 Flint's arms. All 3 of the versions came with the M79 silver grenade launcher, which originally came from Gung Ho. A light blue helmet, so they say it's light blue. It's a little bit greenish. Aqua, you said. Black star painted on the top and a black visor, which looks so cool. Starduster came with a green jetpack previously released from the Jump Jetpack set. So G.I. Joe's had already had these, and they were in the cartoon and everything. So it's not like you weren't able to make any of your Joes a rocket guy, but this guy was specifically the rocket guy for the time.
Yeah.
And yes, I think you could make your own blast effect. I look forward to seeing that. Minty, fresh, spearmint. Yeah, all right, I love it.
That's exactly the color spearmint.
All right, we've nailed it. All right, that's definitely the color. So he is fresh. All right, so we've looked at Recondo before, and that's the torso that they use, but without. I think that they've worked the colors to such a cool way that you wouldn't automatically assume that you already own these pieces. I think a good paint job really adds character. So let's see if we can find any of these variations to have a look at. And here we are. Can you notice any? I'll stop them from spinning. But can you notice any noticeable? Well, these two are they're pretty similar. These are the other 2 versions that you could have gotten. Do you notice anything that stands out that's a bit different to the one we just looked at?
No.
So the thing that stands out for me is the torso, which is different. That has a grenade on his bandolier, whereas the original one had
Yeah,
the gun. Have you got a preference out of grenade or the handgun.
I reckon
Grenade
the,
or
the
handgun?
handgun. I think I like the
Yeah.
handgun.
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
Yep.
I think so too. I'm glad we spoke about it beforehand, and I told you don't go against me on this. All right, let's. So anyway, what's the difference? Let's find out. What did this one come with? What's the parts for this guy? Duke's torso, Roadblock's legs, Recondo's waist, and 85 Flint's arms. And the other one is Duke's torso, Roadblock's legs, Iceberg's waist, so a little bit different on the waist, and
Okay.
85 Flint's arms. So the difference between these two is just the waist piece, and the difference between that and this one is the waist piece and the torso. And I think if you had any of these, you'd be pretty stoked. But I like the one with he's got a firearm that because he's already got a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher. He doesn't need another grenade, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He needs a sidearm.
They already got the capability to shoot grenades far, like further than he can throw. So
Right.
So
It should have come
there's-
with Colgate toothpaste.
yeah.
This guy's pretty cool. Like I like to
Yeah.
look at this guy's got no stickers on the back of his, and this guy doesn't have the rocket backpack at all, and that may be for a reason we're going to look at later. And I'm not entirely certain, but I have a feeling that I know the answer to why this one doesn't have a backpack. So let's go down and have a quick squiz at. I think we're going to come along to the file card. They're showing all the variations first. Let's click this one. It's just all of them together, which makes it a little bit more obvious the differences.
Yeah.
G-Force Racing 20.
Hello.
How are you, buddy? Thanks
I
for
think-
dropping in.
I've got a shipwreck in my collection that's got the wrong arms on it, and I think
Yeah,
they might
yeah,
be
yeah.
these arms. I think they might be these arms here because the blue
You think
the
that?
blue was like slightly off. But at first I thought it was just
Okay.
discoloration, but I realized it's got completely the wrong arm.
You might have Starduster's arms on him. That's pretty cool. And yeah, in this shot, I still prefer the one with the Recondo chest. It just
Yeah.
looks so much cooler.
Yeah.
It would get their kids to brush their teeth. There was actually, I think it was called Pepsodent. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they had a G.I. Joe toothbrush or toothpaste in Fun School G.I. Joe, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to double check. Let's look at the file card.
If it's got any less than 12 points of articulation, though, I'm not interested in that toothbrush.
How many bristles does it need? All right, yeah, India, yeah. That's what I thought. 3 Stardusters at screen at once? Somebody's got some cash. Yeah, I should look it up and see how much they're going for on eBay or something. But anyway, are you able to read out his file card? Is it?
Yep, I
Go
can see
for
that. Okay. Codename Starduster, Jetpack Trooper. File name Skylar
sense.
Edward J. Primary military specialty infantry transportable air recon. Secondary specialty is helicopter assault. Birthplace Birmingham, California. Burlingham.
Burlingham,
California.
okay.
Starduster was a circus trapeze artist. Why is G.I. Joe always recruiting people out of the circus?
Him and Taurus would go well together.
like there are plenty of people enlisted in actual military. And they're like, yeah, I want the trapeze artist. Anyway, Starduster was a circus trapeze artist when he enlisted in the Airborne Rangers. He quickly found that his acrobatic skills and boundless energy would come in handy when swinging from a 150-foot rope. But he did his famous routine suspended from a Huey assault copter, with the audience throwing more than just popcorn and peanuts. It was Duke, however, who recognized how well Starduster's death-defying act would work with the jump jetpack. The combination has been a crowd pleaser ever since. We could be pinned down by artillery, rockets, and flanking small arms fire. Every inch of sky lit by tracer. The lead so thick in the air that even the mosquitoes would take cover. But Starduster would be out there to flash to spot the bad guys. No questions. Straight up into the flak with his characteristic show must go on attitude, grinning like a Cheshire cat as he calls in the enemy positions for our artillery to hit. The guy never fails to keep the act interesting.
I'll say. Well, if you're a performer, then you're gonna keep it. You're gonna keep it interesting. Bunch of clowns.
Like, no, like it's good that he's got that attitude. No one wants a diva on your military team. I'll be in my
That's
trade.
right. So, and they stole Batman's recruiting spot at the circus. Well, he's missed out on Taurus. Batman's missed out on Taurus and Starduster now. So, well done on the read. Well done on the read. That's why I get Nate to read them because my eyes don't work so great, and I refuse to zoom in because I want to make it difficult for him. So I think the card art itself looks a little bit like Duke, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's got quite a bit of information in there, and is enough for a kid to. I think it picks from certain different things that a kid in the 80s might be interested in, right? The circus, G.I. Joe, and the next thing that we're going to find that he's a part of is also a big clue on where kids were at the time. Now, Nate, how do you think you got to mail away for this guy?
The little square things on the back of the cards.
Like the flag points?
Yeah.
It was a little bit different for this guy because he actually came out in
Cereal.
Action Stars cereal.
Oh, hell
How
yeah.
cool is that?
That's awesome.
So, what I like about... so this was before... getting all choked up. So this is before they did the promotion. But imagine Saturday morning cartoons, G.I. Joe comes on, and what have you got? Your Action Stars. Now, we didn't have Action Stars here as far as I know. If anyone knows, it'll be Lilith. Lilith knows more than I know. Everything. So I don't believe that we had Action Stars here. We definitely, if we did, I don't recall them. I don't remember any G.I. Joe specific cereal.
Well, thank goodness we didn't have Star-shaped cereal here because I would, like my brothers would never stop throwing them at me.
Right. Well, it makes sense if it's the star from G.I. Joe or the Ninja Stars. Yes, we're getting to that. That's my favorite part of this box. So not only did you get a camo T-shirt offer, so this is before Starduster. You could mail away for a T-shirt offer, but on the back of the box, which I love, which they don't do enough of, was a cutout. I'm going to zoom into it because it'd be sad if I didn't. Oh, that's the wrong way. Technology. But check that out. You cut it out the back of the box, and you can create your own radio station.
I was thinking that might have been what that was. That's awesome. Like just a simple little thing like that adds so much play value to.
Oh, I reckon Space Commander would love that as well. He loves the cardboard stuff. And there's not a lot of cardboard stuff out there now either. Like you could reuse a lot of your cereal boxes of cool stuff like this. I want it. I'd play with it. So there is a top secret mission that you can go on. I don't know if you can read that or not.
Oh yeah. G.I. Joe team operative Duke mission: locate and destroy Zartan's secret radio relay station. Dense overgrowth and fog in the swamp Zartan calls home make radio communications difficult at best. But Haywire, an ex-army communications expert, has come to Zartan's aid by installing a radio relay station near the swamp's outer perimeter. The station radiates a jamming signal, so our tracking system will be useless. The job calls for. Oh, it's like I put my glasses on. The job calls for a small arms expert who's equally at home in jungle or a swamp. Plus, heads I win, tails you lose attitude. So grab your camo shirt and gear up for action. It's all up to you and Duke.
So you and Duke have got a mission.
Now, if they're talking about that they need someone who's at home in the jungle, shouldn't this have been Recondo?
Well, they already used parts of Recondo later on for the but makes more sense. I think Duke was just a popular guy at the time.
Yeah.
So G.I. Joe's, Batman, and C-3PO cereals may just have been different shaped kicks. I'm not sure I tried any of those. I don't think we had any of them. And very funny, extra crunchy indeed. But I reckon that is just so cool that, I mean, as kids, we would read the back of the box anyway, right? If you weren't allowed to sit in front of the TV, you had to sit at the table, you got bored, you just read the back of the box. And this is the perfect thing. It's like, what are we going to put on the back of the box? You're going to put a mission on there. You're going to put a mail away on there. You're going to put a cutout thing on there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, imagine if they used the whole box for a cutout. I just love that idea so much.
Then stupid adults ruined it by going, they're trying to trick kids into eating sugar. It's like, kids don't need tricking into eating sugar. They were getting their sugar and they were getting awesome toys at the same time.
Sad.
Adults.
Give them something to read,
Worse.
give them something to do, arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Adults are the worst. So this came out in 1985. Serial Wave 1, Duke on the front. It's probably the most famous of the G.I. Joe at the time because he was pretty heavy in the cartoon. And then this is what the sort of like promotional stuff looked like. And then Get Into Action happened, where you could get. Let me play that. I already watched it because I thought I got to watch this. Let's play the commercial.
Ryan, got your new cereal. How's it look, Duke?
All clear. Go for it. Hit it. Introducing G.I. Joe Action Stars brand cereal, a delicious part of this complete breakfast. Crunchy stars that taste great. So, for all you action stars...
Bye, Mom.
G.I. Joe Action Stars.
Yeah, that would have worked for me.
Oh yeah, they don't make ads like they used to.
No. So who used to have a G.I. Joe t-shirt back in the day? Me. I got a G.I. Joe show bag, which was pretty much like a generic machine gun, a canteen, some face paint, and a G.I. Joe shirt was in there. Pretty cool. So GF was saying, Mum used to get mad because I would open the cereal box from the bottom to get the prize for my brothers.
That's
yeah.
funny.
See, adults are stupid. Kids are smart.
Yeah. Agreed.
So at this point, they start to really focus. Come on, do the thing. They start to really focus on Starduster now, right? He's on the front of the box, and it says here, the second wave of Action Stars cereal boxes featured 3 new boxes starring Flint, Quick Kick, and Starduster. As can be seen on the box that we're about to show. The back of each box again featured a top secret mission briefing. This one is assigned to you and Starduster, so we'll have a read of that in a minute. But the cut and fold mission element and t-shirt offer were replaced by the Starduster offer, which I think is arguably cooler. The camo action t-shirt offer from the front of the Wave 1 boxes was replaced with 2 promotions. Free inside mini comic, so you get a comic you don't have to mail away for, which is great. We're going to go through that. Plus the Starduster action figure, which is cool. Right, you're gonna get a toy. Let's take a little look at this box. The box itself, how cool is that? Like he's flying. I'm gonna zoom into the thing.
Cartoons on my cereal, please. Even put cartoons on my grown-up cereal, please.
Yeah, just put cartoons everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's flying out of some lion fortress, maybe from Voltron. He's got that it's just such a heroic Rocketeer kind of look to him.
Yeah.
You're getting wholesome multigrain cereal fortified with 9 essential vitamins and minerals. Are they though? I don't know. Action figure offer. if I can have a look at what the offer was, what was it? $2.50. One proof of purchase plus $2.50 for each. Man, I'm finding it really hard to read that. But if I zoom in enough, we might be able to get Nate to read in the technology. This part. Can you read that part?
Yep.
Is that in enough? Is
Yeah,
it in enough?
G.I. Joe Team Operative Starduster. Mission: capture a rare crystal from the Cobra Tower. Cobra has stolen the only known specimen of the xenon crystal, needed to complete a device that will get through solid rock like butter. A weapon this powerful in the hands of Cobra would be devastating. They must be prevented from finishing at all costs. The crystal is kept at the top of a heavy guarded tower, but its sheer height makes it vulnerable to anyone who can strike by air without showing up on radar. That means approaching on foot and using the jump jetpack at the last minute. It's up to you and Starduster.
Ooh, so the last one was up to you and Duke. Now it's up to you and Starduster. Let's take a look also, if you're able to read the black and the white text on the black there. Is that readable and legible?
Yes. Meet Starduster, newest member of the G.I. Joe team. He specializes in air reconnaissance and tactical air support. Whether you send him up for a look at Cobra's latest troop movements, or call him in as extra airborne firepower with his grenade launcher, Starduster eats up high-flying action with his jetpack. This is your chance to get a hot new G.I. Joe character who's not available anywhere else. He comes with all the gear you need to send him on the wildest missions. Jump jetpack, helmet, and M79 grenade launcher, plus a complete dossier for your G.I. Joe command files. So start planning your first mission and order your Starduster action figure today.
Yo, Joe! I don't know
Yo,
about
Joe.
you, but that would have worked on me. Best voice from Aaron, he says. That's why I get Nate to read them. He's got the best voice for it. Yeah, well done on the read again, Nate. It was blurry as heck. Again, I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'm glad that you do, buddy.
The trick is to have blurry vision all the time.
Welcome to my world. All right, so I love the image here that they've used as well. Like that sells a toy right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So good. Yep, same. Yeah. Can you please read the terms and conditions? Read the fine print, Nate. If you are just tuning in, don't forget to hit that like button. But also, Nate's link is in the description for his channel. Do check that out one time. And if you check it out one time, you'll be checking it out all the time because it's just that great. But we're also, in this very episode, going to be reading the entirety of the mini-comics. Good or bad, it's happening. It's happening, buddy. It's happening. And I only hit you up with that about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So here is the comics. There were 3 comics in total.
That's so awesome.
So we can either get straight into reading from the comic, or we can look at how else he was available other than the serial.
Let's read the comic. It's right there.
Let's do the comic. All right, so this is how I want to break it up, right? You, the star of the show, you can be Starduster.
Yes.
Right, and you can also be Cobra Commander and Destro. All right, so you'll be Starduster, Cobra Commander, and Destro. And I will be the miscellaneous Cobra troopers that are running around, and whatever random Joes that they throw in before he takes the limelight of the comic strips, right? So let's see. I might actually make it go full screen so everyone can have a proper look. And then I will also take it into... so that's the first cover. Looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Issue 1. And then let's have a look and see if I need to zoom in or not. I could probably zoom in a little bit more than that, so I can give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's good.
How does that look? Good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the full series. I hope you can stick around to the end. It may not be great, but we're gonna do it anyway. Do you also want to read like the descriptive parts of the comic as well?
Sure.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna go full screen so I can actually read it. But yes, go ahead.
Starduster, newest member of the G.I. Joe team, awaits the new jump jetpack at the G.I. Joe Remote Testing Center near Vance, AFB, Oklahoma.
So you were really in the circus, Starduster?
Well,
Oh, he just being modest, Ripcord. Starduster here was a big star on a real breeze on the old trapeze. I'm going to try that again. Starduster here was a real big star. Wait, what am I doing? A real breeze on the old trapeze. What's going on, gung-ho and footloose? The trapeze? Always wanted to learn. Maybe you could teach me a few moves, Starduster.
sure, Wild Bill, but how about starting with something a little easier, like juggling?
Oh, I've got a good feeling about this. Live grenades hit the dead!
Whoa, who said anything about live grenades? These are just dummies. That's the #1 rule. Keep the act interesting.
You can say that again. Dusty, this Starduster fella is all right. All right, you can read the descriptive part.
Yep. It's sharpening up a little bit.
Oh, good.
While underground at Cobra Weapons Research Center somewhere in Kansas.
Commander, our spies report the jetpack prototype is on its way to the Joe team. They've even got a new jetpack specialist, Starduster.
But he won't dust many stars if we have the jetpack, will he?
Soon, near the remote testing center.
Yeah, I knew the old camping disguise would keep Cobra off our tails, gung-ho. Put her on the floor, Footloose. The fishing lures in the hat are killing me. Why do we have to go through all of this trouble for a jetpack? High Command wants to keep the test site secure.
But Footloose and Gung-Ho aren't going home free yet.
Looks like we have company, and I don't think they're here to check out fishing license. You can do that, guy.
Ah, they're almost back to the base. Hurry or we'll lose the jetpack.
While below, Ripcord sounds the alarm.
It's Gung-Ho and Footloose with Cobra hot on their heels. Let's go! Yo, Joe!
Moments later, the Vamps arrive. Gung-Ho decides to get the jetpack out of the crossfire.
This'll be safer with them than with us. Cover me!
But the jetpack is lost to a Fang pilot.
They're hooked on the pack! I can't reach it!
But he hasn't reckoned with Starduster's lightning-fast reflexes. This might be my craziest stunt yet.
Wow, he wasn't kidding about keeping the act interesting. Now that's a stunt.
They wouldn't believe this back at the circus.
That's a cool shot.
Yep. Soon at Cobra Weapons Center.
We've failed to
We have
take
failed.
the jetpack, leader.
I just assumed that was the same guy.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
I should have known better than to send underlings for such an important task. I won't make the same mistake with my next plan.
Ooh, I have well done. I have only good things Cobra is definitely so we got a three-parter. That was part one. Went smooth, I gotta say. That was definitely the best read-through of anything we've ever done. Yeah, it's elite stuff for Cobra Commander. Oh, we forgot to do the ding before we turn the page. You will hear this sound when it's time to turn the page. Yeah, they are some strange sounding Joes. Yeah. A little bit almost Australian. All right. What do you say we get into part two?
Absolutely.
I just got to find the right page. Let's go.
This is Sky, mate. G.I. Joe will be right back.
All right, here's number 2, episode 2 or issue 2. That is a great looking cover of that comic.
It's that a dynamite net?
Yeah, I think it is dynamite.
It's bad enough that it's a net and it looks electrified, but it's also got dynamite.
It's also dynamite. That's right. It's Cobra after all.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Episode 2.
At Cobra's secret headquarters.
Fools! Your last mission was a simple task. Intercepting Starduster's jetpack, mere child's play, and you ruined it! Empty-handed!
Oh, you returned empty-handed.
Fortunately for you, I have another plan, and will gain more than a flying machine. This time, I summon Destro at once.
Later, at the G.I. Joe Remote Testing Center near Vance AFB, final adjustments are being made on the jump jetpack.
This should do it, Starduster. Why don't you take her for a spin?
I thought you'd never ask.
Damn, that looks cool. G.I. Joe. Ah, great comic. Do.
I'd say she's ready for action. I'll just try a couple of loops.
That Starduster's a real natural, huh, Dusty? Gung-Ho, he's so smooth it's hard to tell if all that energy comes from him or from the jetpack. Is that a loop-de-loop?
It's from the sugary cereal.
Yeah.
While nearby, 3 Cobra fangs close in.
I think this is Destro.
Destro. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he's Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah, good luck.
Commander, we're nearing the test site.
Yes!
Everything's going to according to plan, Commander.
Good job, Destro. Now let's see how this circus star likes working with a net.
Soon above G.I. Joe Test Center. There he is.
There he is. Oh, give me one. All right, I'll do the second guy. You go this first guy.
It'll be a pleasure to put our specially adapted fangs to such a test.
Electrofield activated.
What? I've lost control, but I'm going up? Gung-Ho. Dusty, what is happening?
Boom, boom.
And Starduster is trapped like a moth in Destro's electromagnetic spiderweb. Ha! We've got him! Below.
Give me a second. Okay. All right. Holy cow. They got Starduster. Let him have it. Hold your fire, Wild Bill. It's too risky. Then this here dragonfly is going to give those coyotes a run for their money. Footloose, make yourself useful, and hop in.
But as they follow in hot pursuit,
Oh, this man, okay. They're diving into the cloud bank. You can bet your beer ashes there's no accident. They might get away now, but we've got to get Starduster back, no matter what, no matter the cost.
later at the Cobra Weapons Center, put Starduster in the high security cell block, and you can take the jetpack to the research lab. Listen, Tinhead, if you think you've heard the last of me, you're in for a big surprise. Everything went according to plan, Commander. Shall I bring Starduster to you?
No, it would do my heart good to see him caged like a beast to his cell.
The prisoner is gone, but that ventilation shaft is 15 feet off the ground. Nobody could...
Destro, you idiot! You should have known Starduster was an acrobat.
I like how Destro's head is flesh-colored here.
He's
Oh.
blushing.
You'll pay dearly for this, and so will he. Find him. I don't care what it takes.
To be continued.
Oh, buddy, that was so good.
Yeah,
That was great. I laughed so hard.
that's the voice that Destro should have.
Right, that's the only way I'm gonna hear him now. The sugar high kicked in. Oh, we're gonna if we have any of those three shot for issue 3. Oh, yeah, good job, and we still got one more to go. Elite stuff. That's hilarious. All right, should we get into the third and final?
Let's do it.
Let's see how this thing plays out. Give him one of, and hit him with one of these.
This is Sky, mate. G.I. Joe will be right back.
That's when we should have played the commercial.
Yeah. All right, so now we've got issue 3 or episode 3. Another great dynamic cover here. Let's get into it.
After being captured by Cobra, Starduster has managed to escape from his cell and is searching for his jetpack and a way out. I've got to find the jetpack. It's my only way out of this snake pit. Safe in his hiding place, Starduster thinks back to his capture by Cobra commander. Put Starduster in the high security cell block and you can take the jetpack to the research lab. They took it away from me when they brought me here.
Makes sense.
Elsewhere,
Guards! The prisoner is on the loose. Find him at once. And don't worry about bringing him in alive. Just find him.
it seems Starduster is indeed the star of the show today. But you must admit, he does keep things interesting.
A bit too interesting.
While nearby, this looks like the place.
It's him! The prisoner! Sound the alarm!
Not so fast, boys. I'll leave on my own, but I can't leave without my luggage.
Stop him! This is the end of the line, flyboy.
Okay, you got me fair and square. Just let me get this rig off my back. It weighs a ton. This better work. As the jetpack roars to life. It started. Now these clowns don't have a chance.
Hey! Aye! Space Commander would love that.
A stairway. Maybe this is my way out. What is this place?
Goes straight through the floor.
It's some crap shack in New Jersey. They must have been holding me somewhere in some minor installation now to get out of here. Sometime later.
We looked everywhere. There's no choice but to refuel and go back up. Look! Starduster! You okay, son? How'd you get away?
I'll tell you the whole story as soon as we're headed home.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. And that's it, folks. That's how you do it.
And remember, kids, drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
Now we know.
Thanks, World Rewind. I don't know if it was epic, but Nate, you pulled it off, mate.
It was something.
Knowing is half the battle. Well done. That was great. I loved your Destro. Beautiful.
That's the only
I
thing.
agree.
Like I do know how he actually sounds, but I just remember that he's Scottish, so I made an artistic choice.
And I'm glad you did. I laughed so hard I started to tear up. Do you think Cobra has good medical insurance for this? Oh, nope. All right, I need to actually go back. I need to find 3D Joe's again because there it is. I accidentally went off the thing, and I need to show you more. More. So that's the they're the comics. Unfortunately, that's all she wrote. As far as the comics are concerned, but I thought that was brilliantly executed by Nate. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
And then let's check out how he would have shown up in the mail. So pretty plain Jane looking box. Yeah. So and he would have been just wrapped in plastic with his file card and stuff. Yep. Yeah, it was great artwork. They didn't skimp on the artwork. It was great. It looked like possibly the same artist that worked on the magnets that came out. So after that, there were a few other ways that you could get Starduster. And here, he comes with what is called the Pocket Patrol, which is like a little carry case.
Yep.
So here's a better look at it. And as you can see...
That's the one that didn't come with the jetpack.
It does, yeah. It doesn't, yeah. Doesn't seem to. World Rewind, ever considered having a stop-motion movie? Funny you mentioned that. Nate and I, if you're interested in checking it out one time, Nate and I, we voice, Nate better than we voiced some characters in something called the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship. I swear I didn't plan this. But if you're interested, it's in the playlist is in the description. It looks something like this, where we do G.I. Joe's. We've got a few episodes. So basically it's like stop motion, but it's more play motion. And we've got a few episodes in the bag. Nate showed up to do a voice and he's returning.
Yeah.
You got a clip to play. That's right. So
Check it out one time, won't you?
So if you're interested in not stop motion, I don't have the patience for it, but play motion. If you want to check out a play motion G.I. Joe animated style, check it out. Good fun.
Absolutely.
But thanks for tuning in. But yeah, that's how we got. I don't recall ever seeing Starduster at all until I was an adult. But I like him. I'll definitely check it out. Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Treasures for Trigger highly recommends it. Phil from Treasures for Trigger also did a voice for it. I get all my friends together to do the voices. Phil has voiced both E. Honda and he's done Andre the Giant. So, you know, he's got wide skills.
Range.
It's high quality. It's high.
It's high quality.
But yeah, thanks for checking it out. But there was on 3D Joe's for Starduster, there was a custom that somebody did where they put it on a card, and I gotta say, how cool does that look?
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
If they had released them in full card, yeah, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit.
That figure would have sold for sure.
I reckon Starduster could have been the lead of his own cartoon. He had his own comic, obviously, but thanks, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. If you want us to call in sick for you, that is a service that we provide. Happy to call in sick. You can have the day off. You've earned it. I reckon we should do a lot more. We should do a lot more read-throughs and get some of the guys together and just we'll start doing it. So World Rewind saying that they had their own G.I. Joe Wrestling Federation as a kid. Didn't we all? Yeah, I think a lot of my friends definitely mixed G.I. Joe and wrestling. When you got Sergeant Slaughter, you know it's an easy win. But who did you have as your main guy? Wrestling dude when I was doing it. Yeah, Jetpack is so cool. So this Jetpack was not... He wasn't the only guy to get a Jetpack, right? In the cartoon, the first person to see using one of these Jetpacks was Stalker. I think the Jetpack may have originally come with Hawk. But the thing about it is it had a whole platform. You know what? I'll just look it up. I'll show you what it looked like. Give me 1 second.
Like Jetpack Air Squadron.
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool.
That would
have been real cool.
That was the height, when I was a kid, like the height of cool things was like Jetpack, hovercraft, things like that. The unobtainable things. So a whole squadron of Jetpack people would have been awesome.
So here's Hawk, and as you can see, he does have the same head that Starduster had, but because it's blonde, you can barely tell.
Yeah, it looks totally different.
Lilith wasn't into wrestling. That's okay. It wasn't for everyone. World Rewind says, Flint was my champion with Zartan and the Dreadnoks as the main villains. Yeah, you got to have good heels, and I think the Dreadnoks would fit the bill. Some of the Dreadnoks kind of reminded me of Legion of Doom. So let's take a look at what came with Hawk. Oops. He got the same helmet, so that makes sense. He didn't even have it. What a numbskull. Maybe it was Grand Slam. Who was it? That didn't ring a bell. Here we are. Is this it? Here we are. Everyone shush. All right, we figured it out in the end. But you will see the same helmet, the same backpack, different head though, and it has this whole system that goes with it. So the jetpack was controlled. There's a hose at the bottom of it. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit more for you because we're old.
I can see.
So the hose attaches to a arm brace, and that's got all the technical stuff on it.
Yeah.
And that connects via the hose, and that's how he powers the jetpack, right? It wasn't just to put a backpack on and you fly like the Rocketeer. This, it was a whole system, and it came off the back of this propulsion. It's a propulsion unit, but it comes off the back of this whole thing, this whole platform that went with it. It was more than just a backpack; it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
It came with Grand Slam. I knew that the whole time.
You were just testing.
So it's got the launch pad, the twin rocket jetpack. What does it say there? The rapid fire laser blaster with infrared gun sight. So it's a gun. It's also a gun. There you go. And a refueling station, so you can actually lock it in. So it's a gun. I always treated it. So it says it's a gun, but I always treated it as a remote control for it.
I like that. Starduster doesn't need his remote control. He just controls his with acrobatics.
So yeah, exactly. I wonder if that. So there, I'll show you this one here. You can put it on for recharging. See, refueling.
That's awesome. Also, having anything that holds accessories is a good thing.
Oh, we got the silver pad Grand Slam. Such a sweet little set. Oh yeah. A Flint versus Zartan origin story would be interesting. You don't often pair those two together. But that is a cool set. I love it. And so I guess that is what would make, because if they did have the jetpacks already in G.I. Joe and his is a version of it. Oh, Lil sent me a picture. I'll have a look. So I guess part of because they already had the jetpacks and everything, maybe part of the comic stories is what they're saying is that this one doesn't need all of that extra gimmicky stuff, and that's what makes it a what do they call it? Prototype of a...
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So this is the Action Man version of it.
Yeah, cool.
So is this the one that we got in Australia, Lilith? Is that what you're stating? That's pretty cool. Fun fact.
I get it.
24 Grand Slams. You can get, where's Denny's? Denny's you could get the Grand Slam. That was a big meal, right? I've never been to Denny's. We'll go there one day. So that's where we got it from, the Action Force version of it. And I guess after that year it went to G.I. Joe. But that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Out of the absolute
A little bit of comic books, a little bit of voiceover stuff. You did really well. I love that Destro. I'm not going to be able to watch anything with Destro anymore and be disappointed that it isn't that voice. It sounds so good. We'll have to do another read-through of something else next time.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But do you reckon that's as a kid, if you were eating that cereal, that's one of the toys that you would have the marketing have fooled you in, sucked you in on that?
Hell yeah, it would have.
I think so too.
100%.
What are we going to do in our next episode?
I don't know. You could look at more mail away figures. Anything. Yep.
Shall we do all mail away? Do a collection of mail away ones?
Yeah, we could do that. Be interesting.
All right, we'll see. Maybe we split it up because there's quite a few. I know that there's another one that I really want to have a look at. So there's a couple that I think really do need to have their own spotlight episodes, like Starduster did today. But there's a couple that we've already looked at, like Sarge, maybe Cobra Commando, some of those other mailaways we could probably put together. But I'm looking forward to having a look at the fridge.
Okay.
So I think that'll be its own solo episode with the fridge. Hey, how are you, Totally Taylor Retro Hunters? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, Ronnie. If you're just tuning in now, you wanna go back a little and watch Nate absolutely nail his impression of Destro. That was good stuff.
Yeah, that was heaps of fun.
All right. Well, with that, we'll call it an end there. We'll be back. All things going well, we'll be back next week with either some more mailaways or we might take a look at the fridge. I just think the fridge needs to have his own single episode, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how we do. In the meantime, Yo Joe and Full Force and all of that good stuff. Nate, have you got a video coming out anytime soon?
No, I'm at the point now where I need to pick a new project to start.
That last one. Check out Nate's link is in the description. Go and check out his last video. Him and Kimbo put together an epic of the ages that is honestly a belly laugh. Great stuff. Really well done too, by the way. I didn't mention that before, but I think that was actually really animated very well. And it had me locked in. I was enthralled by it. I actually went back and rewatched it just to catch more of the details. Great humor. If you are here watching anything at the Clubhouse, then you are going to love what Nate does over on the Retro Tinker channel. The great stuff over there. So do check his channel out as well. And subscribe to his channel. Subscribe here if you're new. Hit that like button. And with that, we will say, Yo Joe, Cobra, and Full Force.
Full Force.
We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, buddy.
No worries. I'll see you next time.
Hey man, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. Doors open, so come on in. Yeah, that was great. Let's do it again. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.